Ben was so insignificant in that villa they didn't even bother pulling him to the fire pit to get rid of him. Love Island UK episode 32, and yes, this is posted late because I was travelling and I didn't have time to record this. But the hypocrisy continues in the villa as usual. People are always saying that men are the problem, but when you watch Love Island you realise that women can be just as bad. How many times have we seen Shakira and Tony talk about Helena because she's sneaking away to the terrace or she's sneaking away to the hideaway with people? Yet when they do it, it's acceptable. Aye, okay, when the two of them went to the hideaway and terrace this time, they didn't kiss somebody, but they still didn't tell their partner first. Shakira was telling Ty that she was more interested in him physically, but then she told Connor that she kissed Ty and things became clear and that she actually liked him better. She's just playing the same game as some of the guys does, but it's alright for her because she's a woman. I feel like Tony is actually trying to be honest with Cash, but what I don't get is she's sitting there saying, oh, like it would be easier if he didn't pursue me or if he didn't speak to me or whatever, I'd be able to forget about him, and then she's turning around and he's giving her kisses. I'm confused about the whole situation. Helena was talking about the Tony and Cash situation and said Tony just needs to be honest with Cash. Helena telling anybody else to be honest is an absolute fucking joke. Is she kidding? Is she fucking kidding? She's one of the snakiest cuntbags in there. And she's talking about other people being honest. She's a joke. Harry and Emma went for a chat and Helena wasn't happy about it. And she's like, why didn't he tell me first that he was pulling her for a chat? What have they got to talk about? And she says, oh, he's just making me look like a dick. No, she's making herself look like a dick. Why can't she see that? Aye, okay, Harry is a cunt. But she's put up with so much of him and she still sits there. She's actually seen him say to the boys, oh, I know I get away with it, I get away with everything, I always get away with everything. And she's still blaming him for making her look like a dick. The blatant fact is, she is a dick. Emma, who supposedly went in there to find love and who wanted to expose Harry and tell the villa that the way he's been acting in there is the way he is outside, is all of a sudden having chats with him, telling him to sniff her armpits on national television. And now she's saying, oh, I mean, I like him but I wouldn't get back with him because I know it's not good for me. She's witnessed how he's been in the villa. She's came in there and says, you've been a snake, Helena's been a snake. And now she's sitting thinking, oh, do you know what, he's such a dick. He used to cheat on me, he used to bring random girls back to our house. He's on TV being such a fucking snake. But I'd like to get back with him. We witness mental health problems on Love Island every single day. Now listen, I have been guilty of doing stupid shit like this in real life, right? On many occasions. But the difference was I wasn't on national TV. You would think that when you're on TV and your friends and family are watching, strangers are watching, people for your work are watching, you would stop and think, do you know what? Maybe this is alright to do in private and then phone your pals and tell them that you're being an idiot. But it's quite another thing to do it in front of the nation. Harrison is a sleazy wee dick. Apparently his mum was on After Sun talking about how great he is and how he's such a nice guy. Why do parents assume that they know anything about their children's private life? Particularly their sex life and the way they're in relationships. They don't have a fucking clue. Now don't get me wrong, I have got friends that tell their parents every detail about things like that, which I think is a bit weird. But his mum obviously doesn't have a clue. And to be honest, I think that's the way it should be. When Tony said to him he should be a one-woman man and he should cut things off with Lauren, he said, oh, that's a challenge, or challenge accepted, or whatever shite he talks. And then when he told Lauren that Tony said that, she said, what did you say? And he says, oh, well, obviously I'm not going to cut things off with you. More fucking compulsive, lying, skis bag cunts. And you know what? Before somebody gets put on reality TV, the production company are supposed to assess them in some sort of way. They should give them some sort of personality disorder check, because so many of these people are narcissists and compulsive liars that it's actually worrying. Unrelated, I don't know how I've not noticed this before, but I just noticed something in my hair and I've just realised that I've got sunburn on my scalp. Whoopsie. Anyway, Harrison just talks absolute shit, and I was sitting watching this and my niece was there and she says, do you know what, it's such a shame that he's good looking because he's not a nice person. Even a child knows. Dijon and Meg are supposedly in the best place they've ever been. Yes, They will be in the best place they've ever been because the final's coming up. And apparently there's a new bombshell coming in. Dijon obviously isn't aware of that fact. They get a text saying that the public have been voting for the least compatible couple, and they instantly get told that Ben and Andrada are evicted. They didn't even pull them to the fire pit because nobody gave a fuck. And they were like, oh Ben, love you, who loves him? The women were practically fighting to stay away from him. Andrada I actually kinda liked up until she pulled Dijon for a chat in front of Meg and asked him to go to the hideaway, and when he says, oh, do you know the rules of the hideaway? And she was like, oh no, like kidding on she didn't know. And I do like the fact that she stuck up for herself with Meg and all that, but nobody was really bothered. Everybody knows that she only went in there to get with Dijon, but she used Ben as an excuse. Then they went to the fire pit and they were told that the most compatible couple was Shakira and Ty. Shakira's like, are you fucking serious? Like, she's literally just about to end things with Ty to go with Connor. So they were told in no particular order the least compatible couples were Emma and Connor, Lucy and Tommy. Then they were told that Shakira and Ty would be deciding who would leave, and it's fucking fixed as fuck. Obviously Shakira doesn't want rid of Connor because she wants to couple up with him. Obviously Shakira's not going to vote for Harrison because Tony likes Harrison. However, I'm going to be honest, if it was me, I'd get rid of Harrison because I'd say to Tony, look, I know that you like him, but let's be honest, he's a fucking skis bag bastard and you're better off without him. I believe that Lucy and Tommy were only in the bottom two because of that voicemail that got leaked. Now, I haven't seen the next episode yet, but one would assume that Tommy and Lucy are going to go because obviously she's not going to vote out the other two. This is why it should be the public voting, that's that. You're probably not even going to watch this video because I posted it days late, but I'm just about to watch last night's episode, so I'll see you again in like an hour. Bye.